Hey everyone, my name is Heather. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the April reading challenges that I have decided to join because I've been doing these all year. I will do a little caveat here. I don't know what happened to the first intro of this video. I am editing this video at the moment and realized there's no intro. So it's going to be a little bit different. My nails are different. So I just wanted to be transparent with you. And yeah, we have a puppy now, and in April we didn't have a puppy, but so I am a part of, or I'm doing the Buzzwordathon reading challenges for the year. I'm doing keyword reading challenges, and I'm also doing the Black Author reading challenge this year. So April, I don't remember what the challenges were off the top of my head, but I'll put them on the screen for you. And yeah, so we're just gonna get into the video. Hopefully you enjoy it, and sorry sorry it's not my usual spiel, but welcome. Good morning. I'm in a mood, okay? But I wanted to let you know that I ended up finishing Flight 725 and also Highway 725. I gave both of them 4 stars. Were they the best written? No. Did I enjoy my time and fly through them? Abso-freaking-lutely, because, okay, we'll start with Highway 725. Highway 725 is following a daughter-father duo who have very particular ways of bonding. I'll say that. There's a lot of gore in here. There's a lot of killing in here. There's father-daughter bonding in here, and it was intense. It was gruesome. It was brutal. And I enjoyed my time with it, okay? I enjoyed my time. I don't know what that says about me, but okay. And the father-daughter bonding time that they have, go read it and find out. It was something else, okay? And then we have Flight 725. It's very short. There's a lot of characters, but the authors were able to piece everything together pretty good at the end. There's a flight going on. There's a lot of people dying on the flight going on. There's a storm while the flight is happening. So all of those things together, first of all, when you're flying, you're literally in a bus in the air, okay? That's how I feel. That's terrifying in itself. But then when you throw in, you know, people dying, the storm happening, all of those things, I don't want to be on that flight, okay? I want to follow my intuition, and I really wish one of the characters would have followed her intuition, because then she wouldn't have been in the position that she was in. But yeah, it was intense. They were both really, really intense. And honestly, I wanted them to be full-length novels, both of them, because they were short stories, but I wanted them to be full-length novels. I would have read them. I would have eaten them up, and I am going to check out more from both of these authors because they did, you know, write them tandemly together. Now I'm reading The Last Party by A.R. Torr. I love me some A.R. Torr. The past 2 books that I've read by this author, I've given 5 stars. They're always twisty. They're always full of surprises. And they are always following morally great characters, and I love that. But I did start reading it last night, and we've met Perla. Perla is already a piece of work, okay? She's already a piece of work. And then we've also met this guy named Leewood, and he is in prison for some pretty heinous things. And I'm really interested to see how all the story is going to fit together, because, like I said, Perla, she is a piece of work. She is a house mom, or stay-at-home mom. She's extremely privileged and has a lot of money, and she lies all the time. And she has a daughter and a husband. And then Leewood, he, like I said, he's in prison, and we've been reading notes that he's been getting from people, like fan mail. So I'm really curious to see how this is all going to fit together. I only got 12% in, so don't really have that much else to say. I ended up finishing The Last Party, And I just want you to know, I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about this, okay? I'm going to mention a few things because I need you to go into this book not knowing a whole lot, okay? Perla is off her rocker. She's crazy. She is insane to the membrane. You do not want her as your mama, okay? You don't. Leewood, he is the other character that you're following in here, and the way that A.R. Torr is able to bring these two together and like their storylines and everything was done so well. I did clock what was happening, okay? I clocked what was happening with these two storylines with Perla and Leewood, but I didn't care at the end because the insaneness of this story and the way that it did seem kind of like crazy at times, but the way that it did feel also like it could actually happen in real life too was scary. And I think A.R. Torr did a fantastic job with this one. Obviously, I'm giving this book 5 stars. It was my favorite book that I read in the month of May. Okay, it was my favorite. I am still thinking about Perla and how awful of a human she is. I think you need to read this if you like a psychological kind of domesticated thriller. I think you would really, really like this book. Give it a shot. A.R. Torr, one of my top tier thriller authors, okay? I know I keep saying okay a lot. I don't know why I'm doing that today. Sorry. My bad. I need to calm down. Okay, I did it again. I then also finished First Time Caller. Completely different direction. But this is about Aiden and Lucy. And Lucy is a single mom. She does not have a love life. Her daughter wants her to have a love life. So her daughter calls into the show. I don't remember what the show is called at the moment. But Aiden Valentine is the host of this romance show. And it's funny because he doesn't really believe in romance. But Lucy is a hopeless romantic. She wants all of the things in a romance, and she knows exactly what she wants. She is more focused on being a mom and raising her daughter rather than going on dates. But her daughter knows that she is very sad, sort of, and she's just lonely, and she wants her mom to go out and explore dating again. The radio show is called Hot Strings. It's literally right there. Okay. Anyways, that was done with me. But Aiden is the host of this hotline. He takes Lucy on as his co-host to try to figure out or try to get Lucy in with a date. And then when he meets her, he realizes that he really likes her. And there's a lot of push and pull between them. Lucy likes Aiden too. She finds him very attractive. But he is just kind of hot and cold because he doesn't believe in romance. I believe that he has been not on the receiving, I think that he had some issues with romantic relationships in the past, but he is more focused on his parents than a romance at the moment. But there is just so much chemistry between Lucy and Aiden, and I really liked them together, okay? I really liked them together, and the way that their relationship developed was just so sweet. I'm giving this a 4.5 because there was a lot of push and pull, but Aiden kind of got on my nerves a little bit with how cynical he was about being in a relationship. And I thought that he kind of treated Lucy like shit sometimes. There was this one time where I was like, dude, you're an asshole. But I do understand where he's coming from, but there was a little bit just too much of that at one point in the book. And I was like, Lucy, I don't know about Aiden. And then he redeemed himself, but 4.5. I thought that it was really good. And it's funny, it's heartwarming. There's a lot of hilarious moments in here, and B.K. Borison just does such a great job with humor and really emotional things at the same time. Like humor and emotions and sad and all that. She does a really good job with that. I think you would really enjoy this if you're looking for a workplace romance with a cynic and it says Sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. I think that you would really, really like this. B.K. Borison is becoming one of my favorite romance authors. I can say that now. But now I am reading Lighthouse of Dark by Andrew Perrin. This is supposedly the story that inspired The Conjuring. I haven't gotten any of The Conjuring parts yet, but supposedly it's supposed to get really scary and really dark. I don't know how I feel about the writing in this. It's very, very flowery and fluffy. There's a lot of fluff in here, and it's annoying sometimes. But I think I can get into it as long as the story, if the story will just get there, I think that I'll like it. But I think there's going to be a little bit too much flowery fluffiness for me, because it's like over 500 freaking pages, and there's 2 more books in this series. Would you even call it a series? There's 2 more books to this, and I don't think it needs to be this long, but I'm not even 11% into it yet. I'll let you know. I ended up finishing House of Dark, House of Light. I'm giving it a 2. I would not say that this book is horrible by any means, but I did find myself skipping through the philosophical and the religious parts of this book. There was a lot of fluff. This story should not have been over 500 pages, in my opinion. The entire story, because I know what the author's doing. She's stretching out her entire story to get into 3 books. But I could have done without all of the, like I said, philosophical and religious talk. I wanted just to know about the actual story, like what happened in the house, the haunting and all that, and what happened to the people and how they dealt with it. Those parts I really liked, but the other parts of it, I didn't particularly care for. I do think one thing that is cool about this book is that the author includes actual pictures from her childhood in the story, so you can kind of see what she's talking about at times, especially the land inside the house, her mom, her dad, her sisters and everything. Yeah, this book is what The Conjuring is loosely based off of, I would say. There are some really scary scenes in this story, and I think that the author did a good job with those scary scenes, but the timeline itself as well was a little all over the place for me too. So, you know, I did pick up the 2nd and 3rd book just because I want to see what happens, because the timelines jumped around a lot and stuff. And I've always been interested in the Perrons, and like the Warrens going to the parents' house and saying that there's a demon and da da da. I've always been interested in that. I'm interested in the paranormal, supernatural, those things. I watch ghost shows all the time, and I watch ghost YouTubers all the time, so I like that kind of stuff. And learning about the family themselves was nice. I do think the author did a good job with embodying all of the different sisters, and even though there were a lot of them, there are 5 sisters in this story. The author was able to really embody all of the characters, and they were pretty easy to distinguish. I am having a hard time talking today. It's after work. My brain's fried. But I don't have the actual overall rating in my brain at the moment because I forgot to do that before I sat down and filmed this part. But here's the overall rating. And I will say that this video was a success in many ways, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed it, if you've read any of these, if you plan on reading any of these, and I'll see you on the next video. Literally, I'm about to start filming the next one with these books right here. But I'll see you. Bye.